Hey everybody, it's Chris with the Droning Company here at the conclusion of CUAV 2023 in Las Vegas, Nevada. And of course, winding things down, the grand finale, it's Sony. We love the Airpeak, absolutely love what Sony has to offer in the camera space as well. But what I want to know is, what is going on in the UAV space? What can we expect with the Airpeak and Sony in the future?
Yeah, so the Sony Airpeak came out around 2 years ago now, and it was initially designed for content creators, but since then we have seen that there's a serious drive for enterprise use and data capture with Airpeak. Sure. So Sony is getting very heavily into that aspect of things, and we've been creating different technologies to further enhance the system to better perform those data applications.
Absolutely. Yeah. Before we go any further, I do want to just say, this is Travis from Sony. Nice to meet you, Travis.
Nice to meet you.
Absolutely, yes. Absolutely. So, Airpeak being one of the premier models in terms of high-end aerial imaging. I know I've talked to some of your team members at previous shows about the versatility of the Airpeak. There's a lot that this drone can do that people aren't necessarily aware of because it's synonymous with Sony, of course, and you think cameras with Sony, but the Airpeak's capable of a lot more. Can you talk more about some of the other verticals you can use the Airpeak in?
Yeah, so the Airpeak, you kind of look at it as a flying tripod. It has a 5.5-pound carrying capacity, so you can put a LiDAR on it, you can put other remote-operated sensors like a multispectral sensor that's triggering on its own. There's a variety of different payloads, though it is designed mainly to operate the Sony Alpha camera.
Absolutely. And the Sony Alpha camera is one of my all-time favorite cameras, so I could definitely see the value in that. Now, in terms of the ground station, I know there's been some work that's been done on that to really improve that process through UI. What are some of the things that people can expect in the ecosystem of Sony's Airpeak drone?
Yeah, so we've been further updating the Airpeak Flight app to add more features to control the Alpha cameras, and we've been adding some automated features and more kind of applications to allow an easier workflow using the system. So confidence-inspiring, smooth interface, and we plan on adding more features as we go.
Yeah, and your friends at Skyfish actually had a very interesting quote earlier that I have to say I agree with the sentiment. If you're not using a Sony sensor on a drone, you're using the wrong sensor. So, this is a very high-level machine. People want to learn more about the Airpeak, want to learn more about how they can get their hands on an Airpeak and all of Sony's solutions, whether it's UAVs or cameras. Where can they go to find out more?
So you can go to Sony Electronics website, or you can Google Airpeak and Sony. There's a variety of vendors and distributors that carry Airpeak. It is ready to purchase now. You can purchase it through Sony's website, though. So if you were to type in Google Sony Electronics Airpeak, it should pop right up for you.
Excellent. Yeah? Excellent. Travis, thank you so much for your time, man. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah.